Good day, crypto fans. Welcome to a market update from Viva Crypto and myself, Dino. Today I'm going to bring you some interesting stuff around Bitcoin, what's been happening, what's coming down the line, and I hope you enjoy. Strap in. So, let's have a look at the markets. Wow. $220 billion. I cannot believe it. When I was starting to look at doing these videos back in September, we were looking at 160 billion and oh my god, we're up to 220 billion. Bitcoin is at $7,541, 7.8% up on the day. This is insane. I tell you what, when I first started getting into Bitcoin, I was looking at $2,000, never went in. I finally took the jump about 3,500 and I've never looked back. Be aware this is not financial advice, do your own research, but I tell you what, I'm in. Look at the market. We do see that with Bitcoin, when it rises, it sucks the life out of everything else because everyone's got FOMO, everyone wants to get in. But there are still some alts out there. Lisk is doing really well. I'm going to be releasing a video on Lisk very soon. I'm a massive investor there, but there's still some fantastic opportunities out there in the marketplace at this present moment in time. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm just going to talk about Bitcoin because that's why we're here. Now, the key thing that happened in the recent news that we've had, the fork didn't happen. So everyone sat there thinking, oh my god, where's my free coins? There's no, what do we do? The retrace didn't happen, and I think a large part of that was people thinking, well, actually, because there's no fork, there's no battle. Bitcoin's stronger now. Let's hodl. Let's keep hold of it. And the markets continue to grow and grow. And we've seen articles recently that Coinbase are opening more and more accounts every single day. So more and more people are coming to the party. So that drives demand. More and more people want Bitcoin. So people are hodling, keeping hold of it. And I'm one of those. I'm not selling mine at all. Now, what's interesting is what's potentially around the corner, and the title of this video is really about the new rise of Bitcoin and where we see it going. And I think, me personally, I think this is really a pivotal time for Bitcoin. What we're starting to see is the big institutions, the big companies starting to come to the table. They want a piece of the pie. They see the value where there's a dollar to be made. They're interested. Now, we've seen some really good articles recently from Cointelegraph, going through around the CME group. Now, if you're not aware of what a future is a contract to buy or sell a commodity or a share in the future at a set price and a set time. Now, at the moment, you can't do that with Bitcoin because it's not a regulated instrument. But we have seen the CME group getting approvals to start looking into this, and this is really interesting. Now, what this, the example that Cointelegraph uses the airlines. Now, what the airlines do is they actually buy oil futures because if they plan their flights for the rest of the year, then oil price skyrockets. They're going to be out of business because they just cannot run those flights at a profit. So, where could this be a benefit to another company with Bitcoin? The example here is retailers. Now, Amazon sells a computer to me for $1,000. I pay in Bitcoin, but 2 days later that Bitcoin's worth $800. They've taken a loss of $200 on that laptop that they've sold me, and this is a big problem. It would be a problem for any business. But if you think about the size of Amazon or Walmart, that could they would take massive hits on their share price. So where these futures are going to be beneficial for them is they will be able to offset the risk of that happening by buying futures, thus opening a massive marketplace for Bitcoin. I'm very excited by this. I think it is really game changing. What it also does is not only will people be able to spend their Bitcoin, but by having the futures, you have other people who want to buy them. Now, the biggest purchasers of these type of instruments are also hedge funds. Now, Man Group, which is a huge hedge fund based in the UK, has over $100 billion in assets that it manages. They are coming to the table. They're saying that if we get CME Group plans up and running and we start being able to buy Bitcoin futures, they are in. They are going to be buying them. Now, that is brilliant, because if we've got $103 billion, if Bitcoin just gets a small part of that, that is going to drive the price of Bitcoin through the roof. Now, just really to balance that out, futures are gambling on the price of a commodity or share. They can gamble that it can go down as well as up. So the potential other risk of this is it could have a detrimental effect on the price of Bitcoin. If hedge funds start gambling that the price of Bitcoin is going to go down, then us crypto fans, we start worrying, and we may start thinking, well, I'm going to sell, because if Man Group is saying it's going to go down, what do I know? I'm going to sell. So this is a big risk, and I've never seen emotional investing being more prominent than any other market than cryptocurrency. So we've seen it with gold, how futures have impacted the price of physical gold, and this is a potential risk that we've all got to be aware of. But in my mind, the more people who come to the table, the better. Now let's zoom forward a few years in the future. SEC recently declined the opportunity to approve an exchange traded fund because there were no futures. In their view, it was Bitcoin's unregulated. If there's no futures, there's no real track record. So this could be the first step of having an ETF. Now, the ETF, as I say, is the holy grail for Bitcoin, because when you have an ETF is an exchange traded fund. It buys and sells a particular share or group of shares or commodity based on what the rest of the market are doing. The big difference between a future and an ETF is that an ETF actually physically buys the underlying asset. So if suddenly you, me, our parents, whatever, if they have the ability to physically buy Bitcoin by going to their stockbroker or their pension and buying an ETF fund in Bitcoin, that is going to open a massive market for cryptocurrency. We'll start seeing more indices. We'll start, there are a great company called Hedge a Token who are doing a top 20 fund at the moment, which they're currently looking at doing certificates. They hope to do an ETF in the future. So this is really opening the world of cryptocurrency, and this is going to be big. I mentioned earlier, this is not financial advice. You've got to do your own research, but I'm definitely in. I think that we are at a pivotal moment. People talk about Bitcoin being worth $500,000 in the future. This could be, the first step to that. I don't know what the price of Bitcoin is going to be in a year, 2 years. I could never guess. Anyway, I think anyone who speculates is an absolute clown, because nobody knows. All you can do is, if you believe in the cryptocurrency project, buy your cryptocurrency, hold on to it, hold it securely, hodl it, and just look to the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoy making them. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. It lets me know that people care. Please do subscribe and hit that alert button, or hit that bell, because we're going to be bringing more videos in the future. We're going to be bringing more market updates, more ICO reviews. And if you want us to see, if you want to put some suggestions together, put them in description. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please come back again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.